because when we're dealing with an obese patient, you have to usually extract midline or do an extracorporeal anastomosis. And what I'll do with these obese patients is I'll do a fully intracorporeal colectomy where I'll cut out the cancer, put the patient back together again, and suture them all back together with the anastomosis, and do that all intracorporeally, robotically, and then use an extraction site that's not in the middle to reduce the hernia rates for the patients. And so I tend to do robotic rights for that. Now, if the patient has a lower BMI, say in the 25 range, I will then tend to do what we call a single incision robotic right colectomy, sort of a technique where I put two robotic arms in the camera through the umbilicus and mobilize, bring it out through the belly button, cut out the cancer, put it back together again, all through single incision surgery. Now, when it comes to, say, left colectomies, I think the robot's excellent, again, at high BMI patients, even in low BMI patients. The robot's great for mobilizing the splenic flexure, mobilizing the colon. Many left-sided procedures are inflammatory, i.e. diverticulitis, which, again, is excellent for robotics. And so I tend to do the rights and lefts, i.e. the colectomies, robotically. I think one of the hardest procedures to do robotically is total colectomies because you have to double dock. And I still do it because I think the benefit's there, but with the SI systems. But with the newer XI systems where it's very easy to dock and undock, I think that total colectomies have become even easier. I've made the SI system work for total colectomies, but it certainly was difficult, and I think the XI is going to be, which we're going to get soon, will make the total colectomy so much easier.
Got it. And that
now,
XI, sorry, this is just me not being knowledgeable as knowledgeable in the space. Is the XI, I believe I read like a single port system for Da Vinci. Is that what the XI is?
No, that's the SP.
Okay,
XI is still multi-port. The SP system, or the single port system, that's being trialed in a few centers, and you have to have an XI in order to get the SP, and we don't have the SP yet. I've been on it, but it's not it's not out in general distribution yet.
Got it. Okay. Understood. Sorry to interrupt you.
No problem.
And I guess just that was really helpful overview as far as the Da Vinci, and from a positive and negative attribute perspective, do you have any thoughts on kind of what's the good, what's the bad, what differentiates the Da Vinci systems compared to others that you've worked with in the robotic field?
Right. So there's only really one major there's only one major robot for abdominal surgery. The Flex is such a subspecialist for transanal surgery that it's very difficult to compare Flex and intuitive robot. But I would say the negatives of the intuitive robot is that certainly that's cost to the whole situation. It's a $2 million robot, $100,000 a year maintenance fee, and every instrument only has 8 lives, and they're expensive as well. So that is a major consideration. If you're doing a procedure that has low margins, let's say like a gallbladder surgery, then it's kind of hard to make financial sense to do robotic gallbladders. Now, if you're doing surgery on colon cancers, then the margins are much higher, and you can certainly justify doing it robotically, because the truth is that if you do it laparoscopically, you might make a little bit more money, but at the end of the day, if you convert to open, because because laparoscopic surgery conversion to open is anywhere from 10 to 15%, you're not helping the patient, and you've spent both money for laparoscopic and open surgery. If your conversion rate's less than 2 or 3% robotically, then you can reduce the cost of open surgery. Patients go home sooner, and you're still within the positive margins of making money. So, my hospital has let me do all sorts of stuff because